Progressive is a consultancy offering services and solutions to players in the upstream oil and gas industry. I am joined by the chief executive of the company, Chris Walcot. Hello, Chris.
Hi.
Chris, despite the drop in oil prices, in fact, you've had a good year so far. Business doubled. In fact, business doubled last year. Tell us about how you benefit from the current environment.
No, absolutely. I think it is a challenging environment. We're all very aware of that fall in the oil price in recent times, which creates challenges for companies to operate. And I think our key success has been the fact that we both deliver business solutions, business services, focused on making companies more agile, more competitive, but also driving down costs for an organisation. You know, everyone needs to focus on their G&A at the moment to give them the lead.
So tell us about some of the clients you work with. I believe they include big names like Genel, for instance.
Absolutely. So we worked for Genel Energy for, must be about 4 years now. So initially we were engaged by the London office to implement a series of financial systems and processes. And we did, subsequently, we carried out a series of projects for the office in Ankara, both around the finance function and also some other systems to address better management or improved management around the G&A of the company.
But it's not just big names you help companies from all the sector, the upstream oil and gas sector, basically.
Absolutely. So we work for a big range of companies, right from very small companies to larger companies. So, for example, Impact Oil and Gas, we do a lot of work with, who are focused obviously on Africa and South Africa. Also companies like Seplat Petroleum, who are an indigenous Nigerian company, both listed in the UK and in Nigeria, and have operations in Nigeria. The companies we work for, they're exciting. It's exciting times, lots of challenges, but the challenges also bring opportunities.
Chris, I understand West Africa is a region where the company has seen a lot of activity lately. Can you tell us about the operating landscape there, the challenges, but also the opportunities?
Absolutely. There are always challenges in every region, but West Africa has its own challenges, and there are obviously logistical challenges around some of the environments you have to operate in, and they vary from country to country. But with those challenges, there are great opportunities. You know, there are assets on the marketplace at the moment at costs which weren't achievable before, and if you can actually act in an agile manner, get the lead on your competitors and actually operate more efficiently, you know, empower your people, your teams to actually seize the moment, seize the opportunities, but do it in a manner which is controlled, where you still have the central control of the operations, make them more effective, more cost effective, and drive down the G&A.
Okay. Now, since your company is involved with technology and technology solutions, tell me which areas of a business could benefit from increased automation?
Absolutely. Well, I think in reality, every area of the business can, but our focus tends to be both on the CFO's office and the COO's office. So we believe it's absolutely key to be able to demonstrate to the markets and the investors that actually you're using their money effectively. So having good financial controls in place, having reliable accounting systems and processes for your teams, as well as that, the operations team, you know, they need to keep the oil pumping. You know, they need to be able to procure equipment, but they need to be able to procure the equipment in a controlled manner against authorised budgets. So you actually have the central controls, but those central controls mustn't be a disabler. They have to be an enabler for the people in the field to operate quickly and pragmatically.
Upstream oil and gas players handle and generate a lot of data. So then what happens to the data? What about cybersecurity? Because obviously we know it's an issue for a lot of companies out there, not necessarily in the oil and gas sector. So how do you help companies protect their data?
Oh, absolutely. Data security is absolutely critical. You know, finance systems have a lot of very sensitive data in them, and you need to protect them for both internal threats and external threats to the company. As well as that, you want to ensure that the confidentiality around, if you're going to negotiating new JV agreements with other companies, you want to make sure that only the right people know the information they need to know. So ensuring that people can quickly access data and use it quickly, but making sure they only get to see the data which is pertinent to them. And in addition to that, I would say the other thing is, if actually you use systems, you can also put rigorous audit controls in place, which can then be used to demonstrate you've been adhering to your delegation of authorities, for example.
Yeah, I was talking to a cybersecurity expert lately, and he explained that we often believe that the risk comes from the outside, but often the risk is actually inside the organization.
Absolutely, absolutely. So often people put a steel fence around the organisation, but if you've got someone inside who maybe wants to take advantage of the data, maybe someone who's being malicious, you need to protect against that internally as well. And having systems which actually understand the different roles in the company and actually map the data to the role is absolutely critical.
Now, Chris, it's your 5th year at the World Oil and Gas Week. Why do you keep coming back?
Yeah, it's our 5th year here, and I guess we've really enjoyed the last 5 years, and I think this year was a classic example of a single place you can go to and meet a variation of clients, of companies in the E&P sector, and do it in a compressed timescale of 3 days. You don't have to get on the plane, hop around Europe or around Africa, and that's really great. And I think in addition to that, some of the presentations over the last couple of days have been really good and very informative.
Okay, Chris, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
Chris Walcot, Chief Executive at Progressive.